what you know. So let's roll all night. We gonna roll until the morning light.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, it is the final round number 6 of the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series. Tonight, we are in the sprint car capital of the world, known as the Knoxville Raceway. Race fans, Brett Wheeler with you for the call. Qualifying done and dusted. We'll take a look at your qualifying results, and well, top 9... Well, sorry, the top 10, 9 of them happen to be from the United States. So a nice little dominating qualifying session for the Americans. Bob Klein, the man that goes quick time. Michael Lake second, Josh Fuller third. Jonathan Devries fourth, and Mason Inman will make up your top 5. We'll see 5 heats on the program. There'll be, I think, 12 laps in distance, and we'll see the top 4 go through to the main event. Pat Reisman, Cody Nevin, Jordan Maherta, Nash Granger, Jason Salter will make up your top 10. 9, as I said, 9 out of the 10 were, now 9 out of the top 10 were the Americans. Heat number 1, Bob Klein lines up on pole. Pat Reisman from position number 2. Mark Scott lines up at a position number 3. Ash Hammond will start from position number 4. Matt Bailey lines up at a position number 5. Jeremy Keendrod from position number 6. Jonathan McKean will line up at a 7. Jordan Keane at a position number 8. And Alex Hanna to line up out of position number 10. No, he lines up out of 9. I don't know where I got 10th from. There was not even 10 cars on the grid. Turns out I was trying to get ahead of myself there, as we are ready for heat race number 1. Bob Klein. Again, we'll start on pole position. So a pair of Americans on the front row for heat number 1. Again, 5 heats on the program. Top 4 go through to the A main. Everybody else will go into a C and a B main. Now those C and B mains, they are dual B mains. So the C main drivers, they'll go to the back of the A. They'll tag up the inside row where the B main. They'll tag up the outside row. And I believe we'll take the top 3 from each to make up a 26 car field. But as we get set for heat race number 1, ready for a start. And it's going to be Bob Klein, Pat Reisman. He'll lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2. Mark Scott sits in third. Hammond in fourth. He's got Bailey to his inside. There's your battle for the transfer position. Still Klein continues to lead the way from his teammate Pat Reisman. Lap number 1 is about to hit the books. Look out, Bailey got a little tight there. Towards the exit of turn number 4, Jeremy Keendrod, Jonathan McKean. There's Jordan Keane, Alex Hanna at the back of the field. Keendrod goes to the inside of the 99 of Matt Bailey. That's your battle for positions 5 and 6. Better starting spot in the B main. Working into turn number 1 and 2 on lap number 3. Hello, Kathy. Welcome in. Your leader left of your screen. Here's the 7 of Bob Klein. Pat Reisman, middle of the screen in the 86 of Mark Scott. In car number 6 in third, we go yellow. Just trying to figure out what we've got the yellow for. Let's try and take a look at an Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. There it is. So 360 from Jonathan McKean and Jordan Keane. A couple of drivers got involved in that one, and the yellow lights come on around the venue, and that will be the first caution of the evening. So again, final round of the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series. Their next series, UMP Modifieds. Now there'll be a change in that one as far as the back end of Ultimate Dirt TV goes. Of course, we'll have Matt Bailey on the call for that one, and I will be racing. So thanks to the guys at JSI for allowing me to put the bike down for a series and have some fun in some UMP Modifieds. But right now we focus on heat race number 1. Now, caution laps in the heat races and the Consolation Race and the feature, well, they are counting. So rather than previous seasons where they've had no yellows in heat races, they've brought in the yellow flags. We've added a couple extra laps. Normally we see 10 lap heat races and 12 lap B mains, or 13 lap B mains. We've gone for 12 lap heat races, 15 lap B mains, And we've had like 5 laps, 30, 40 laps sometimes on the board for the feature events and the pro late models, again with the caution laps counting. Still the same way it works in the feature event, but as far as yellows go throughout the heats and the BMA and the consolation races, all those laps count. If we go back to green, we'll go on to lap number 7, so officially halfway home in heat race number 1. Bob Klein again will get the job on his teammate Pat Reisman as they work down the back straight. Mark Scott drives away from Ash Hammond. Hammond in the 4, sitting in that 4th and final transfer position. Matt Bailey on the outside looking in. Jeremy Keane, Jordan Keane, Jonathan McKean, Alex Hanna out of the event in 9th position. They work out of turn number 2 past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Pro Late Models season finale. 50 laps is going to be the distance of tonight's main event. Can Riley Stewart, can he hold on to a championship? He picked up the win last week at Eldora Speedway. We're working with 3.5 to go in heat number 1. Klein, Reisman, Scott and Hammond. I could have told you that, Alex. In fact, I won $750 today on some multis UFC and had the NRL women's games in the multis as we go. We're going to have 2 to run. What's wrong with 70 minutes, Alex? Nothing wrong with that. Bob Klein continues to lead the way in the 7 machine. Got a mile to go. He's got just under half a second lead over his teammate Pat Reisman in the 86. The white flag flies. 1 lap left to run. Heat race number 1 here at the Knoxville Raceway. There is your race leader working down the back straight away into turn number 3. About to make his way out of turn number 4. The checkered flag will fly in heat number 1. Klein, Reisman, Scott and Hammond will be your top 4 that will make it into the main event. Everybody else again will go to one of 2 last chance qualifiers. There is your official results. Klein, Reisman, Scott, Hammond going to the show. Bailey, Keensrod, McKean, Keane and Hannah will go to your consolation race. Now it'll be one of them as we get set for heat race number 2. Again, a pair of Americans on the front row. Michael Lake lines up on pole position in car number 29 to his outside. The 11 of Cody Nevin from position number 2. Rylan Gray lines up at a position number 3 for Vortex Sim Sports. It's the 02 of Thomas Mitchell out of position number 4. Position number 5 for JSI Racing. It's the 74 of Jason Burke to the outside. Nick Ryan lining up out of position number 6. Benjamin Martin will roll off out of position number 7 to the outside. Sam Derrico from position number 8. And Jacob Croker will line up the 15 from position number 9. In 9 cars, so you're looking at, we have 9, 9. And if we go off guesstimation and the trends, you're looking at anywhere either between 42, 43, 44 or 45 drivers. No, you're looking at 43, 44 or 43, 44 or 45 drivers signed in to the Knoxville Raceway for the final round of the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series. Again, a big thank you to, of course, SCTEG, that's Southern Cross Transport Equipment Group, Crawford Designs, and the team at JSI Race. Of course, big thank you to, of course, Depth Images as well, Rowan Jones, with the support of the series. So again, pair of Americans, like I said, 9 out of the top 10 qualifiers are the Invaders. Well, they're not the Invaders considering that it's hometown. Home country advantage. Although, Invaders when it comes to league racing. Here we go. Green flag goes out. We're underway into turn number 1 and 2. Burke trying to get by Nick Ryan. Ryan to the outside. Move Nick Ryan into position number 5. Meanwhile, Cody Nevin trying to close the gap on Michael Lake. Lake in that 29 machine will lead lap number 1. Actually, that's 27 on the side. He's got the 29 on the iRacing ticky seen just to the right of his name. Ryland Gray in the 06 and Thomas Mitchell. So single file for the moment in heat race number 2. Again, the racing surface will certainly widen up as the night progresses on. Heat 2 of 5. The season finale, little short 6-week series. As Berkey just clouts the backstretch wall. And he'll certainly have some right side damage. I wonder how bent that spoiler might be. You can certainly see some damage to the right side of that spoiler. Nick Ryan in front of him. Thomas Mitchell in that fourth and final transfer position again. Michael Lake continuing to lead the way from Cody Nevin. Ryland Gray still in third. So 4 down, 8 to run, 1/3 of the heat races. Heat race number 2 done, and we'll complete lap number 5. Jason Burke closing in right now on Nick Ryan. So Ryan just got a bit of a better drive on the entry into turn number 1 and 2, and now he's just 0.2 of a second behind Thomas Mitchell, who happens to be in that fourth and final transfer position. But tell you what, Nick Ryan will have to find some more speed in that number 7 machine if he wants to get by Thomas Mitchell, because Mitchell just holding his line at the moment, holding strong just above the slick line. Meanwhile, back up front, lap number 7 is in the books, and Cody Nevin closed in on your race lead. He was pretty close on the exit of turn number 4 on the previous lap, and we'll see if Nevin, is he comfortable with second? Is he comfortable putting into the show? Or will he start 7th? Or will he start in 2nd? Or, worst case scenario, he might not even finish inside the top 4 and have to run through the consolation race right now. He seems just to be holding his nerve at the moment. Still trying to put the pressure on Michael Lake as we exit turn number 4. You can see your top 3 on screen. Michael Lake, Cody Nevin, Ryland Gray driven away from 4th place driver of Thomas Mitchell, who's got about 0.4 of a second. Back to Nick Ryan in 5th. Jason Burke, Jacob Croker in 6th and 7th. Sam Derrico in 8th. And Benjamin Munn in 9th. To the inside with 2 to run goes Cody Nevin. He stays to the bottom. The left side tyres close to that inside berm, down in the moisture. The right side tyres in the slick. Michael Lake's got it figured out at the moment. And he's just got 1 lap left to run. You can see there's not a whole lot in it between Michael Lake and Cody Nevin. First and second as we work down the back straight away. Final lap, final opportunity for Cody Nevin. Michael Lake going to protect that inside groove, and you'll race out of turn number 4 and bring the checkered flag. Michael Lake gets the win from Cody Nevin. Ryland Gray in 3rd. 4th will go to Thomas Mitchell. Nick Ryan home in 5th. Then you go back to Jason Burke, 6th Jacob Croker, Sam Derrico and Benjamin Martin for heat race number 2. As we will take a look at confirmation of your second heat race. So the Americans go 1, 2 and 3. Michael Lake, Cody Nevin, Ryland Gray. Thomas Mitchell will grab that 4th and final transfer spot for the likes of Nick Ryan, Jason Burke, Jacob Croker, Sam Derrico and Benjamin Martin. Well, they will go to Consolation Racing. As we move into heat race number 3, and let's take a look at another front row, American front row. Josh Fuller lines up on pole position. Jordan Maherta lines up at a position number 2. Daniel Boyd for Vortex Simsports lines up to 79 for position number 3. Jack Murphy will line up at a position number 4. Liam Russell, he will line up at a position number 5. Excuse me, Benjamin Harris will start from position number 6. Russell Bonzi lining up at a position number 7. And Aston Rodriguez will line up out of position number 8. So heat number 2. Pretty sure Fuller's had a couple of wins already this season in JSI Racing. just going to go do some research on that one while we are rolling around under yellow at the moment. We are coming to the green. So I just need to wait for this page to load up. I mean, feel free anytime. Or I could just do that and do it that way. So while that loads, green flag is out. Heat race number 3, Josh Fuller. Got a good start. Daniel Boyd, Jack Murphy in third position. Mahurda gets into the back of Josh Fuller. Hits him not once but twice. And Josh Fuller done very well to save that one. Oh boy. Boyd going to lose a position. There was contact with Mahurda. So Boyd back to position number 4. And we're going to go yellow. Aston Rodriguez in that one. And that's probably a good opportunity for us to have a look at who has done what. So Josh Fuller has had 2 wins this season, so I was right. So yay, go me. Riley Stewart has had 1. Michael Lake has had 1. And our other one is showing Aiden Beerline. So 5 races so far. Of course, we started off at Volusia, and that one was picked up by Josh Fuller, Lewis Clark and Michael Lake. Grabbed the top 3. Then we went to the dirt track at Charlotte a week later, where Michael Lake picked up the win from Lewis Clark and Chance Carr. We took a week off for the Classic. We came back on the 30th of January at Lanier for round number 3. Was taken out by Josh Fuller, Camden Johnston and Boyd Bowden. And then a week later we went to Lernerville Speedway for round number 4. Aiden Beerline picked up the win. Rowan Jones and Camden Johnston, they went 1, 2 and 3. And then of course Riley Stewart getting the win last week at Eldora, followed by Cody Nevin and Bob Klein. So we've had one Australian pick up a win. That happens to be a points leader. He's got a 30-point gap back to Nash Granger. Rowan Jones sits in third by 5 points from Mark Scott. Josh Fuller in 5th. So it's basically between Riley Stewart and Nash Granger. We get ready to go back to green in heat race number 3. And once again, it's going to be Josh Fuller. This time, Daniel Boyd going to move to the inside. He'll drift up the racetrack, leave the inside line open for Jack Murphy to try and sneak up and take away that 3rd position. But Murphy unable to complete the pass as we work into turn number 3 and 4. Lap number 5 is in the books. Mahurda into the wall. Down the front straightaway. Boyd slides up. Nice little sit bob there from Daniel Boyd. Mahurda back to the inside. Mahurda back into position number 2. Now he'll throw another slide job into 3. Boyd comes back to the inside, looking down for the bottom of the racetrack, looking for the moisture. He will have position number 2 at the start-finish line. So right now, as the racing groove moves up the racetrack, you're starting to see drivers trying to take different variations in the lines they're running. Daniel Boyd. Look at Russell Bonzi in the 42 machine. Plus 2 positions up to position number 5. Rodriguez plus 2 as well. Well, Liam Russell's got the reverse blinkers on at the moment. He's back there in 8th position. So watch this battle once again. Closing in for that 2nd and 3rd position. They all trying to run down Josh Fuller. In heat race number 3. Fuller continues to lead the way. 8 down. Just 4 laps remaining. So a total of 5 heat races, and we're looking at 8 drivers for the next 3 heats, which means, yes, we had a total of 43 drivers signed into the pit. Yeah, make that 42 actually, because 8 5s are 40, and we had 9 in heats 1 and 2, so 42. Look, I can calculate, can math on the fly. Mahurda going to be under some pressure from Jack Murphy for that third and 4th position. I don't think Bonzi's going to do anything with those two at the moment, not being behind by about 6 to 7 tenths of a second. Meanwhile, Josh Fuller now is going to have his hands full at the moment with Daniel Boyd Boyd closing in on your race leader, but time running out. Josh Fuller looking to make it 3 for 3 for the Americans in heat racing competition here at the Knoxville Raceway. The white flag is out, 1 lap left to run. You see Boyd just slowly closing in on your leader, Josh Fuller. Fuller to the middle of the racetrack. Boyd will not have anything for him. Heat race number 3 is complete, and Josh Fuller will win. Second we go to Daniel Boyd. Jordan Maherta in third, Jack Murphy fourth. Then you go back to Russell Bonzi fifth, followed by Benjamin Harris, Aston Rodriguez, and Liam Russell unconfirmed. And how about we make that we give the confirmation for heat number 3. Josh Fuller makes it another victory for the Americans in heat racing action. Daniel Boyd, Jordan Maherta, Jack Murphy will make up your top 4. And as I said, top 4 will go right to the A, and it'll be a distance of 50 laps. Everybody else to the Consolation Race. That's Russell Bonzi, Benjamin Harris, Aston Rodriguez, and Liam Russell. As heat race number 3 is done. Heat race number 4 will make their way on to the racetrack. It's Jonathan Devries for Sidebite Motorsports in the 091 from position number 1. In position number 2, second in the point standings, that's the 5 entry of Nash Granger. Position number 3, it's Ryan Green driving the 03 machine. To the outside, Darcy Stonehouse for Base Racing Fuels Australia, position number 4. Position number 5, driving the 12 for JSI Racing, it's Jason Crawford. To the outside, Joel Patel lines up at a position number 6. Justin Wright lines up the 78 from position number 7, and Mitchell Cartwright will line up the 128 from position number 8. And that will be heat race number 4 making their way on to the racetrack here at the Knoxville Raceway. Again, final round of the JSI Racing Series for the Pro Late Models. So if we go off previous, what are we looking at for heat race points? Because this could be crucial. So you're looking at 10 points for a win, and then 9 for second, 8 for third, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And in fact, 3 points for 8th position. So they'll gain a minimum of 3 points. It's just a matter of who will go where. And heat number 4. Jonathan Devries, can he make it 4 for 4 for the Americans here in Knoxville? Let's wait and find out. 6 miles, 12 laps. We are green. Into 1 and 2 we go. And it's Devries. Look at the 39 machine of Joel Patel coming through the middle. He'll move up to position number 4. Stonehouse, Crawford now going to battle with Patel as they go 3 wide. Crawford looks to go to the middle of the racetrack, and he'll pick up not 1 but 2 positions. But Patel going to say, yeah, no, we'll make it 1 position. Here comes a slight job by Crawford on Patel. And a big move for that 4th and final transfer position as there goes Patel. Back to the inside, too close to call at the start-finish line. Patel going to slide up in front of Crawford. Crawford nowhere to go but gets into the back. And here comes Darcy Stonehouse in the 72 machine. 41. Who's that? That's Cartwright. Mitchell Cartwright in the 41. Into the concrete wall. Meanwhile, Crawford and Stonehouse. Crawford in the 12. Stonehouse in the 72. Challenge for change. A challenge and a change for second as Ryan Green has gotten by Nash Granger for positions number 2. Patel holding down the bubble position for the moment. They've still got just a little under 4 miles. Make it 3.5 for your race leader, Jonathan Devries. As he goes past the start-finish line into 1. Green in second to make it a 1-2 for the Americans. 3 is Granger, 4 is Patel. Crawford in 5. Stonehouse 6, Wright in 7, Cartwright in 8. Cartwright is having all sorts of problems in that 41 machine. As can you look up the battle between 4, 5 and 6 right now Patel, Crawford, and Stonehouse. Just looks like Patel just starting to slip up just a little bit and allowing Crawford in the 12 to close in. 5 to go. 2.5 miles around the Knoxville Raceway. The final round of the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series. Patel into the wall again. Crawford goes to the inside. Slide job. Big time slider. And he's going to have that fourth and final transfer position at the start-finish line, meaning Joel Patel. If he finishes fifth, well, that means he's going to a consolation race. I wonder how good it is in the marbles on the top of the raceway. Who will be the first person to attempt to go for it? No one just yet. They're staying between the marbles and just above the slick. We are coming to 2 laps left to run. In heat race number 4, your penultimate heat race of not only the night, but the penultimate heat race of the season for the JSI Racing Pro Late Models. Again, a big thank you to, of course, Southern Cross Transport Equipment Group. That's SC, TEG Depth Images, and Crawford Designs with their support over the past 6-week series as Devries in the 91 machine. The Sidebite Motorsports entry. He's got this thing working a treat right now into turn number 3. About to come out of turn number 4 for the checkered flag. Jonathan Devries will win heat number 4. Second will go to Ryan Green. Dash Granger home in third. Jason Crawford will unofficially hold on to 4. Darcy Stonehouse 5. Joel Patel 6. Justin Wright 7. And Mitch Cartwright home in position number 8 as heat number 4 is done and dusted. And now we move on. So Granger got third. So that's going to give him a total of 8 points. So that'll take him to 712. That means 18 points behind Riley Stewart. So there's your official results. Devries, Green, Granger, and Crawford. Stonehouse, Patel, Wright, and Cartwright going to a consolation race. And, oh, speaking of your points leader, he will be in this one. Starting on pole, again, for the Americans. It's going to be Mason Inman, car number 7, position number 1. Position number 2, Jason Salter in the 10 for Rocket Esports. Position number 3 for Vortex Simsports, it's the 07 of Riley Stewart. Position number 4, driving the 69 machine, it's Craig Plater. Row 3 to the inside, Brad O'Brien from position number 5, Brandon Griffiths lines up at a position number 6. Adrian Milbenhall lines up at a position number 7, and Matt West will line up at a position number 8. And I can tell you Matt West did not make the call. So there is your points leader on screen. The N07 picked up, like I said, picked up the win last week at the Eldora Speedway, and coming into tonight had a 30-point lead. Of course, now making a 22-point lead as Nash Granger finished third. Final heat race of the season. The JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series. Pace car goes in. Once the pace car is off the racetrack, they are allowed to go racing. And a good start for Riley Stewart. Immediately to the inside on Jason Salter. Looks for the slide jump. Has to back out of it. Salter tries it deep to the outside retaining wall. O'Brien, look out. Stewart. Contact with Salter. And now they've got a lot of work to do. Salter is going to be a man on a mission. Slide job on the 36 of Brandon Griffiths. That's for the fourth and final transfer position. And Griffiths going to go back to position number 6 as Riley Stewart up to position number 5. Your leader is Mason Inman right now. O'Brien sits in second. Third is Plater. Fourth is Salter. O'Brien in car number 30. A lot of these drivers feeling sort of out of their comfort zone. We generally see So the big box saw some sprint car racing with the JSI racing team, or even some midget racing. But they've dipped over to the late model side and the pro late model side of things. We're really seeing a bunch of Americans come in and dominate the season. It's all been about consistency. Your top 2, 3, and 4 drivers are on screen with nearly 3 wide down the front straightaway. Played it with a slide job on O'Brien. O'Brien turns it back underneath him. Salted to the inside. They went 3 wide for a moment. Now 2 by 2, or 2 by 1 I should say. O'Brien with a slide job on Plater. Gets into the back of him. And do we go yellow? No, we're going to stay green. And there we go. We are yellow. So O'Brien went for the slide job, and we're going to leave that decision in race control's hands. But your race leader is Mason in again with the caution laps counting. We're going to lose lap 7, 8, and 9. We'll go back to lap number 10 when we go back to green, which will leave us with just 3 laps left to run in your 5th and final heat race of the season finale here at the Knoxville Raceway. It's been a pretty cruisy night so far here at the Knoxville Raceway, and who knows what is going to happen. For your 2 last chance qualifiers, and that will be the last chance, of course, to get into the show. And it'll be a distance of 50 laps for the feature event. So the light's still flashing on the iRacing.com pace truck, which means at the moment we are 2 to green. And then we will go to 1 to green. So just the 7 cars in heat race number 1. So again, the lights go out around the venue and on the safety vehicles, I should say. Not sure if you've noticed, if you pay attention to what's going on in the pits once you're rolling around, and the tow trucks and the ambulance, once the orange lights are on, they also flash on the safety vehicles. But once they go to 1 to green, well then they do turn off. Riley Stewart got an absolute blinder of a start. Plater got an absolute horrible start on that one. Plater goes back to 3rd. Salters made his way back to position number 4. Stewart, meanwhile, if he finishes 2nd, which means he will pick up another point on Nash Granger. Plater getting tight. Jason Salter goes to the inside. Salter momentarily go to position number 3. Plater back to the outside in car 69. Salter looking to move up the racetrack. Plater gets tight. Drifts up, and now we've got the white flag out. 1 to run for your race leader of Mason Inman, working down the back straight away. Your heat race number 5, your 5th and final heat of the evening, and Inman stays on the bottom side all the way around through turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. Checkers are out for Mason Inman. Stewart home in 2nd, Salter 3rd, Plater 4th, Milton Hoare in 5th, O'Brien 6th, with Brandon Griffiths home in position number 7. Of course, Matt West, who failed to make the shows. We'll take a look at your official results. Here it is. Inman, Stewart, Salter, and Plater, your top 4. Milton Hoare, O'Brien, Griffiths, and of course West, who did not make the call. Go to our UltimateDirtTV starting grid. 15 laps, and the top 3 will make it into the show. And this is the way they will line up. Matt Bailey lines up on pole position to the outside of Russell Bonzi from position number 2. Position number 3, Adrian Milton Hoare lines up to the outside of him in cut of a 74 from position number 4. It is Jason Burke. Joel Patel lines up at a position number 5 to the outside position number 6. It's Jonathan McKean. Position number 7, Aston Rodriguez. Position number 8, Brandon Griffiths. Position number 9, Sam Derrico. Position number 10, Mitchell Cartwright. And position number 11, Alex Hanna. So I can tell you, Jonathan McKean, who was scheduled to start 6th, did not make the start. And Alex Hanna at the back will also not feature in your what is shown as C main. But these drivers, top 3, will line up out of positions number 21, 23, and 25 in tonight's A main for 50 laps, 25 miles around the Knoxville Raceway. So plenty of laps, plenty of opportunities for drivers to come from the back to the front, i.e. Jason Salter. He's going to be one to watch and keep a close eye on in the 50 lap journey. But before we even worry about that 50 lap A main, we've got to get through to 15 last chance qualifiers here at Knoxville. Ready to go. B main number 1, Matt Bailey and Russell Bonzi. We are green. Into 1, Bailey, the left front, picks up, and it was hiking. Oh, look out, Burke into the backstretch wall. There was Brandon Griffiths in the 36, who might have been involved in that one. But lap number 1 is in the books. Watching Joel Patel, Aston Rodriguez. Rodriguez, slide job on Joel Patel, your top 3. Matt Bailey, Russell Bonzi, and Adrian Mildenhall. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups right now. Patel, slide job on Rodriguez. Rodriguez back to the inside. There's a battle. Well, there was a battle between Bailey and Bonzi. Bailey in the 99, Bonzi in the 42. Mildenhall in car 13. Again, who's going to put the right rear in the marbles up on the top side of the racetrack? Who's going to have the big cojones to do so first? There might be some grip up there. Only takes a lap to try it out to see if you're faster. Well, right now, none of these drivers are willing to take the opportunity. Rodriguez, big slide job of Mildenhall. Bailey into the wall. And he's going to go from the race lead to position number 5. And, well, he might even go back to 6 as Jason Burke. Well, rockets the 74 to the outside. Now putting Mildenhall back to position number 3. Look out, Joel Patel slipping back further. Goes the 99. Here comes Patel to the inside on Mildenhall. Joel Patel had it at the start-finish line. Slide jump for the lead. And it's going to be Aston Rodriguez leading the way now down the back straightaway. Here comes Bonzi back to the inside. Bonzi with a slide job on Rodriguez, and Aston Rodriguez works back to the bottom side. Good race for first and second. There was a good race between third and fourth. Joel Patel, Adrian Mildenhall. But right now, up front is Aston Rodriguez, and he's done it from the 7th starting position. And now what is 6th? Now make it 7 laps. He has passed 1 car per lap. Well, he can't pass any more cars unless he goes back to the back, and I don't think he's going to want to do that because he's got a 21st starting position locked up at the moment. Mildenhall will be getting ready to pack up should he finish 4th along with Jason Burke, Matt Bailey, Brandon Griffiths, Mitch Cartwright, Sam Derrico back in the pits, Jordan McKean, Alex Hanna. They did not start this one. Patel trying to close in on 2nd place, trying to get some insurance positions and a better starting spot in the main event. Patel, slide job at left front, just caught that inside berm. Getting a little tight. Oh boy, look out. Jason Burke going upside down. There was contact with Bailey, I think, in turns 3 and 4. Cartwright back, or going back to the pits. He's now in the pits. Jason Burke back to the pit area. Tough break for Berkey. This battle for 2nd and 3rd is still heating up between Bonzi and Joel Patel. We've got 4 to go. Past the start-finish line for your race leader of Aston Rodriguez. Mildenhall into the outside retaining wall and some breathing room right now. Matt Bailey goes back to 4th. So there is a just under, well, now make it a little over 2.3 seconds from 3rd to 4th. So right now, with Patel and Bonzi, yes, they're fighting out. They probably don't need to do it right now. Yeah, you might want to put on a show for the fans, but right now, I'd be saying, you know what? I'm happy just getting into the big show. As we've just got just a couple of laps left to run. Thank you, Berkey, for the 200 stars, brother. It's still Rodriguez, your race leader. He started position number 7 and only took him 6.5 laps to get to the race lead and clear of the rest of the field. Joel Patel sits in 2nd. Bonzi still sitting in that 3rd and final transfer position. Looking to put the 42 into the 50 lapper. We come to the white flag. 1 lap left to run. For your race leader of Aston Rodriguez in car number 38. As he works past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum here at the Knoxville Raceway, the sprint car capital of the world. Out of turn number 4. The checkers are out for Aston Rodriguez. He will win. Joel Patel home in 2nd. Russell Bonzi in 3rd. 4th, we got Matt Bailey. 5th, Adrian Mildenhall. Brandon Griffiths officially home in 6th. And the last car on the lead lap, Jason Burke, Mitch Cartwright, Sam Jericho, your non-finishers, along with Jonathan McKean and Alex Hanna. We take a look at your official C-Main results. So it was a change to the finishing results as Matt Batley had been given a 30-second penalty with the contact with Jason Burke. Rodriguez, Patel, Bonzi. That won't change. Those 3 drivers are going to the show for the likes of Mildenhall, Griffiths, Bailey, Burke, Cartwright, Derrico, McKean and Hanna. Unfortunately, we might have to see them back in the next series. B-Main number 2. Now, why didn't that go to that camera? There we go. B-Main number 2. Same rules apply. Same laps, same transfers, same everything, just different drivers. Nick Ryan lines up the 7 from position number 1. Darcy Stonehouse lines up the 27 from position number 2. Jeremy Kingsrod lines up the 17 from position number 3. Benjamin Harris will line up out of position number 4. Brad O'Brien from position number 5. Jacob Croker will start from position number 6. Justin Wright from position number 7. Jordan Keane at a position number 8. Liam Russell lines up at a position number 9. Matt West at a position number 10. And Benjamin Martin at a position number 11. Now, number of drivers. Nick Ryan, your pole sitter, not there. Jeremy Kingsrod, your 3rd place sitter, not there. Liam Russell and Matt West, 9th and 10th, not there. So move Brad O'Brien and Justin Wright up to positions number 1 and 3. And if I'm any one of those guys, I'm saying, yep, thank you very much. I will take that. And things are happy days. I got a very squeaky wheelchair. So looking for a start with the 30 entry of Brad O'Brien. Green flag is out. Watching Darcy Stonehouse in that 72 machine. Remember, top 3 going to the show. O'Brien, Stonehouse go 1 and 2. Benjamin Harris around the outside of Justin Wright for that 3rd position as Wright goes upstairs. Harris goes upstairs, sorry. Wright went through the middle of the racetrack. Here comes Jacob Croker now to the inside. There might just be a battle on for the 15s here in a few moments. Croker with a slide job on Wright. Here comes Benjamin Martin in the 4 machine. Then you go back to Jordan Keane in 7th at the moment. Your leader. 2 down and 13 to go. Brad O'Brien leading the way. Now the battle of the 15s is on right now, but it's going to be the 15 versus 15. Only one potentially going through. This is your 3rd and final transfer position in the black and green. The black, green and white 15 is Jacob Croker. To the inside was Benjamin Harris. And Croker now holds that 3rd and final transfer position. The black and yellow 15 is Benjamin Harris. And you go back to Benjamin Martin. So now a battle. Well, not so much of a battle as Benjamin Martin was just a little slower there on the exit of turn number 4. Jordan Keane in 6th position. There goes Benjamin Harris into the wall. Now it's going to be a battle. See, I must have known. It's a battle of the Benjamins. Well, who's going to get them dollar bills? Harris and Martin. Martin and Harris. Jordan Keane there with them as well. In position number 6. Right in 7th. Jordan Keane goes low into turn number 1. Goes right through the slick. Again, probably needs to get up on the top side of the racetrack. Speaking of going up high, your leader is Darcy Stonehouse from Brad O'Brien in car number 30. That's the line that probably should have been ran the last heat race or even the last B main. On the entry into turn number 1, you've seen O'Brien, the right rear, catch the cushion, but he drove it just a little down the racetrack. I'd probably want to stay in that cushion all the way around, like that, like that. That looks good at the moment. Looks good. O'Brien trying to close in on Stonehouse into turn number 3. Rear bumper to back bumper. Now it's about a car length gap, but I got to say, here comes O'Brien. I feel like breaking out the song and dance every time I hear O'Brien. Stonehouse goes right through the slick. He'll slide it up just above the slick, below the marbles. Again, the line that has been working for him all race long. Croker and O'Brien go to the cushion into turn number 1. That's the line right there where Jacob Croker's running. He stayed up high all the way around. I got to say, Jacob Croker might actually win this race as long as he can get a clear run on the outside of turn number 2. That's going to be the big key for Jacob Croker in putting the 15 into victory lane in B main number 2. Slide Joe O'Brien. Both Croker and Stonehouse turn it back underneath him. What a battle. This is for the top 3. Stonehouse, Croker, now O'Brien sitting in 3rd. Croker, here he comes, gets the cushion through turn number 1. Look at the run he gets down out of turn number 2. Now goes to the inside. Slid Bob for the race lead. Croker on Stonehouse. Stonehouse, you've seen the front end dip into the ground. That means he got off the gas and on the brakes. Croker goes back to the top side. Stonehouse with another slide job in turn number 1 and 2. Croker turns it back underneath him now. Will he get to the left rear? Yes, he does on the entry to turn number 3. Another slid bob again. Stonehouse, good driving there to back out of the throttle. And we're just 2 to run. Here is your top 3 on screen. And what a race this is right now. Stonehouse, another move on Croker. Croker back to the inside. O'Brien's got the best seat in the house, but he wants to make it a 3-way dance for the race lead. Croker, Stonehouse, O'Brien. White flag is out. 1 lap left to run here in the final last chance qualifier. Stonehouse with a slide job. O'Brien goes to the outside. And O'Brien just caught the back bumper of Jacob Croker into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, who will get it? Stonehouse, O'Brien, Stonehouse on the bottom, O'Brien on the top side. Stonehouse will win. B main number 2. Second will go to O'Brien. Croker home in 3rd. 4th there's going to be Harris. 5th will be Wright. Then you go back to Martin, Keane, 6th and 7th. And then of course the driver that didn't even show was Keane's Rod. Whoever, someone else, and that person. Cover. So B main number 2 finishes this way. Darcy Stonehouse gets the win. Second will go to Brad O'Brien. Jacob Croker will come home 3rd. For the likes for Benjamin Harris, Justin Wright, who come home 4th and 5th. Well, it's time for those drivers to pack it up and get ready for next week or the week after. And then we've got Benjamin Martin, Jordan Keane home in 6th and 7th, Nick Ryan in 8th. Of course, didn't make the start. Neither did Jeremy Keendrod, Liam Russell, and Matt West, who did not even turn a lap in the heat race or last chance qualifier. Well, we've got a little over 1 minute of this warm-up session remaining. Now, the drivers, I believe, are not going on the racetrack, and rightfully so, because I think this track right now is pretty darn good. So, reminder what's coming up this week. Tomorrow, Australian time, so Monday morning. Sunday night, American time. We've got the triple header. World of Thunder back in action. The Miller Family Truck and World of Thunder Esports League. The DirtFan.com Big Block Modifieds will start at 4 Central, 5 Eastern. Then you've got the CNC Racing Designs Pro Late Model, 6 Central, 7 Eastern. And then we wrap up with the World of Outlaws iRacing Late Model Series. The Kane Construction. Something Construction. World of Outlaws Late Model Series. And that will start at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. And then, of course, Monday night our time. Again, a big day of broadcasting. The second week of the Australian Fixed Setup Racing on Monday night from about 7:15 Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So that's Sydney time for the people that go, oh, what time is that? Or what time? So about 7:15. Actually, we'll go live probably around 7:30 or so. I think there's about a 20-minute practice session. Matt Bailey's going to be on the call for that one. So thank you to, of course, Matt Bailey for doing that one. And then, of course, we've got the remainder of the week. Wednesday night Australian time. We've got the Ultimate Dirt League, round 4, I think it is, of their midget series. And then Thursday night American time, which is Friday for the Australians. We've got the Bluegrass iRacing series and whatever else happens to be coming our way here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Let's get set to take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid from the back to the front. Position number 26, it's going to be Jacob Croker. Position number 25, Russell Bonzi. Position number 24, Brad O'Brien. Position number 23, Joel Battelle. Position number 22, Darcy Stonehouse. Position number 21, Aston Rodriguez. Position number 20, Craig Plater. Position number 19, Jason Crawford. Position number 18, Jack Murphy. Position number 17, Thomas Mitchell. Position number 16, Ash Hammond. Position number 15, Jason Salter. Position number 14, Nash Granger. Position 13, Jordan Maherta. Position number 12, Ryland Gray. Position number 11, Mark Scott. Your top 10, position number 10, Riley Stewart. Position number 9, Ryan Green. Position number 8, Daniel Boyd. Position number 7, Cody Nevin. Position number 6, Pat Reisman. Position number 5, Mason Inman. Position number 4, Jonathan Devries. Position number 3, Josh Fuller. Position number 2, Michael Lake. And pole position, Bob Klein. 50 laps around the Knoxville Raceway. 26 drivers for 25 miles. In what is round number 6, the final round. Can Riley Stewart, if he finishes in front of Nash Granger, no matter where it is, he will win the 6-week championship. There is a 31 point difference going into the final race. So Granger needs to have a whole lot of bad luck happen to Riley Stewart. But it's time to go racing. 50 laps on the board. We are green here at Knoxville, baby. And into turn 1 and 2 we go. It's going to be Bob Klein to lead. Here comes Michael Lake, and we are yellow. So that did not take long at all. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay and see what happened. So, Crawford gets turned there by the 38 entry of Aston Rodriguez. Russell Bonzi goes upside down. Crawford into the wall. Russell Bonzi. And that will be an end to his night. And well, Aston Rodriguez certainly going to get the blame on that one. I don't actually know a Caroline, so I can't say Sweet Caroline. So, Cody. No. O'Brien's got a lot of work to do, Brett. He's come from 24th That's right, if you are new here and you are wondering what happens and why we are counting yellow flags, again, it is going to be a maximum of 4 yellows in this 50-lap journey. If we reach that one, if we reach the 4 yellows, there will be no more yellows from there on out. I'm disappointed you're not racing, Alex. So Bonzi out of the event, and after having to transfer through the first B main, so Aston Rodriguez has gone to the back for that one. So 4 down, 46 to go. Green flag back out onto the racetrack here at the Knoxville Raceway. Klein, Lake, they went to the top. Lake got a great run off the cushion in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Inman now to the inside and Devries, but there's a big slide jump for the race lead. Michael Lake takes over from Bob Klein, but Bob Klein back to the inside we go. Lap number 5 belongs to Michael Lake, and we are yellow. Oh boy. Oh, what happened here? Big incident. So watching the 6 machine of Mark Scott. Oh, he was just trying to stay out of harm's way. I think this might come back to... Okay, here it is. Oh, Ryan Green into Rylan Gray. Scott nowhere to go. Mahurda into the catch fence. Let's see what happened to Jordan here. I just tried to go to the inside, but oh, Salter got into the back of me. Oh wow, Blader went for a hard ride. Mahurda into the fence. Rylan Gray, Jason Cromp, they're all back in the pit area, and that's some tough going for some of those drivers. So the lights are on. That is caution number 2. What do we got there? I need to move back these screens because it's actually blocking part of my screen, so I can't really see the chat there. No, I'm good. Thanks for the invite, Brett. I don't want to go there. I know what I need to do. Thank you. Didn't want to go to Warrnambool anyway. So caution number 2 is done. So just 2 more cautions left in what will be the next 41 laps. 4 cars back in the pit area or out of the event. Make that 5, sorry, because Russell Bonzi is out. We're back to green on lap number 10. Bob Klein, your leader from Michael Lake. They both go to the bottom into turn number 3. See Mason Inman just rolls the bottom side. Devries, here comes Nevin. Nevin up to position number 5. He rolls the inside line, goes right through the slick. Not a good place to be. Riley Stewart, Jason Salter. They're sitting inside the top 10. Daniel Boyd. And then you go back to Nash Granger. So the battle between Stewart and Granger about to close in. But again, as long as Stewart can beat Granger, no matter where it is, whether it's 20th or 21st, he will win the championship. There goes Fuller in the 12 machine on the inside of Devries. Nevin to the inside on Pat Reisman in the 86. Jason Salter, I said he's going to be one to watch coming through the field. He is +7 at the moment, about to make it +8. Aston Rodriguez plus 10 from 21st up to 11. Oh, look out. There's some contact. A Reisman. And it was Nevin. Brad O'Brien, biggest mover through the field so far in that number 30 machine. As he looks to go by Granger. He's sitting in 12th at the moment. Plus 12 positions. Slide job by Rodriguez on Nevin. Stewart trying to get by Devries into turn number 1. Stewart stays glued to the bottom side of the racetrack. Devries to the outside. Slide job for the race lead by Michael Lake. Mason Inman tries to come back through the middle of the speedway and does so at the line. I think I'm going to give that one to Mason Inman. Inman rolls to bottom through 1 and 2. Bob Klein doing the same thing. Michael Lake to the outside again. He goes into turn number 3. I thought Klein was going to try the big slider line into turn number 3 and 4, but maybe realising that Michael Lake was up there and he wasn't going to get clear. Inman goes to the cushion into turn number 1. Lake on the cushion as well. Here comes Klein. Look at the three-way dance for the race lead. 1, 2 and 3 down the back straight away. Lap number 17 about to be complete. Still 33 laps to go. Klein comes up. Lake had to back out of it. There's Josh Fuller in the 12. Look out. The pair of 7s come together. Klein and Inman. They're off the racing surface and the yellow will get thrown. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see what happened between first and second. Inman and Klein. Oh, Klein just drove it in a little too deep, got the car a little sideways, gets into the back of Mason Inman. And yes, they were off the racing surface and the yellow comes out. And it looks like, well, Inman's going to not go back up to his position. He's going to go where iRacing tells him to. And Josh Fuller, Michael Lake say, yeah, they're rubbing their hands. They're saying thank you very much. And I'm sure Jason Salter, he's just like, yeah, nah, sweet. I'll enjoy this one as well. Plus 12. Rodriguez plus 13. Brad O'Brien plus 12. Jacob Croker plus 9. Riley Stewart plus 6. I'm glad you're enjoying your Sunday night, Kathy. I hope it is going well for you. Adard's broken the budget. Wasn't even allowed to go to Dubbo last weekend. Surely Matt Bailey went to Dubbo last weekend, right? Can we get confirmation on that one, anyone? So lights come out, 21 laps about to be completed. 29 to go. That is our third yellow of the night, which means we are one more yellow left in 29 laps, which means, well, I mean, if you can't do math, we're going to get a decent amount of green flag runs no matter which way you look at it. Jason Salter with a good launch in the 10 machine. I said he's going to be one to watch. Look at Inman, goes to the inside, has to back out of it. He climbed the inside berm, Fuller to the outside on Salter. Stewart, that's Riley Stewart, going to the cushion. In turn number 3 and 4, Inman tries to the inside, 2 by 2 for 2, 3, 4 and 5. Your race leader, Michael Lake, enjoying just being out on his own at the moment by about 2 car lengths. Back to Josh Fuller on the top side in the 12 machine. Then you go back to Jason Salter in the 10. Working the bottom side again, Fuller and Salter side by side. Salter had position number 2, now coming after your race leader of Michael Lake in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Michael Lake too good on the outside groove. Now Lake goes to the bottom side into turn 3 and 4. Devries that was who puts a move on. Boy, they go 3 wide. O'Brien to the inside. It's not O'Brien, sorry. That was, oh look out, speaking of O'Brien, he gets into the side. of debris. And we're going to go yellow. That was the 38 of Aston Rodriguez who was in that 3-wide battle. And that's not a place you want to be sitting upside down on the back straightaway. We go yellow for our 4th time in tonight's A main event. And well, that should be all when it comes to the cautions. So I believe the remaining 20 should be 21 laps. So we should be pacing at the moment. So whether we go to 2 to green. Alright, just moving some stuff around here. So tomorrow night, again, Monday night Australian time, Australian Fix It Up Racing 410 non-wing sprint cars travel to Limaland. So server goes up at 7:15. There'll be a 10-minute practice session, followed by 2 laps of qualifying. Then we will see if I can check the things. The heat races will be 8 laps. Consolations will be 12 laps, and we will have a 30-lap feature event. And they will count caution laps. And again, they will have a 1 green-white checker. Matt Bailey will be on the call for that one, followed by the 410 winged sprint car series. So ready for another restart here at Knoxville. 28 down, 22 to go for the 27 of Michael Lake. It's going to be Michael Lake continuing to lead the way. Jason Fuller, Jason Salter, Mason Inman, Riley Stewart, your top 5. So Stewart, again, as long as he finishes in front of Nash Granger, who is out of the event. Now, I don't know if he knows this, but right now, Riley Stewart will be, no matter, even if he gets crashed out, he will be your season champion, your 6-week season champion. Right now looking for another solid result on the back of a win last week at the Eldora Speedway. 20 laps remaining, so still 10 miles to go. Here in Knoxville, Lake, Fuller and Salter. Lake on the top side, Fuller on the bottom, Salter on the bottom, Inman on the bottom, Stewart on the slaughter line. Bob Klein is coming back through the field right now in the 7th. Then you go back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez tries the inside. They're going to go 3 wide for a moment down the back straightaway out of turn number 2. Klein, Rodriguez and Stewart. Klein and Rodriguez staying glued to the bottom. Stewart around the outside. Now he'll go to the bottom. Meanwhile, Rodriguez goes to the cushion. Boyd trying to get by Nevin. Nevin sweeps back around the outside. Salter and Fuller. Fuller on the top. Fuller and Salter on the bottom side. So Josh Fuller plus 13 positions at the moment as he sits in 2nd position. Can he go plus 14? Speaking of plus 14, Brad O'Brien has gone from 24th to position number 10. Make that now 11, so he's now down to plus 13 with Joel Battelle. Aston Rodriguez, your biggest mover through the field, plus 15. As he sits in position number 6, plus 14 if he sits in 7th, as he battles with Riley Stewart. We watch the battle for 2nd and 3rd on screen. Meanwhile, Josh Fuller just getting clear of the 10 machine of Jason Salter, Mason Inman, who was pretty quick. So the American dominance here at a top 5, a lockout. Lake to the cushion, Fuller to the cushion, Inman to the cushion, Salter on the bottom side, Klein on the bottom side, Rodriguez on the cushion, Stewart on the cushion. On the bottom goes Nevin, Boyd on the cushion. So roughly 6 cars on the cushion, 4 on the bottom side. And right now, The preferred line might just be the cushion, being the fastest way around the Knoxville Raceway. 37 down, 13 remaining. Michael Lake continuing to lead the way. From Josh Fuller, Jason Salter, Mason Inman. You can see your top four on screen at the moment. From left to right, Lake, Fuller, Salter and Inman. As the guys in third and fourth, Salter and Inman, they just look like they're closing in right now. On second place, Mason Inman looks like one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. Let's bring up the last lap times. Let's see who is doing what. Josh Fuller, one of the quickest cars. Bob Klein, in fact, the quickest car on the previous lap. So again, Klein, who'd been on the bottom, now running somewhat of a cutback line. Lap times again in the low 19 seconds. Fuller once again consistent in the 19.2s. Lap after lap with just 10 to go. But yes, the 12. He is closing ever so slightly on your race leader of Michael Lake. Just 5 miles to go. The laps are really starting to wind down. 80% of the race complete. Inman just to the right of your screen in the 7 goes to the inside on Jason Salter. Inman's got that bottom side locked down at the moment. He's got that thing working a treat. Now goes for the slide job on Jason Salter. Jason Salter got into the wall. That's not going to do his chances at trying to pick up a win any good right now. We keep our eyes up towards the front of the field, first and second. 3.5 tenths of a second. In fact, you don't need to see the numbers because you can see the gap between these drivers and you can see the gap throughout the rest of the field. And you can see just how close it is starting to get. It's now just under 4 tenths, so Josh Fuller has really picked up his game in the last couple of laps. Inman still runs in third, Salter still fourth, Bob Klein still a good result in fifth, Rodriguez in sixth, Stewart and Nevin in seventh and eighth, Boyd in ninth, Joel Battelle rounds out the top 10. So you've still got 6 Americans inside the top 10. And you got 4 Australians. Better than what the qualifying effort was, where we had 9 Americans and 1 Australian. Lake continues to lead the way. You can see 3.5 tenths. Again, he closes in. He's picked up some speed again. And Josh Fuller, he might have lost some just there, Craig. Plainly getting put a lap down by your race leader of Michael Lake. Now out to half a second. 2 miles to go, 4 remaining. Here in Knoxville, the sprint car capital of the world. The cushion rides for the right rear of the 27 machine. Now it's 8 tenths of a second. Inman going around the outside of Plater in the 69 machine. Again, Plater just tries to stick to the bottom side. Just trying to let the cars on the lead lap go by. Jason Salter will do that. In fact, Jason Salter gets into the wall again. That gives an opportunity right now for Bob Klein to maybe steal away position number 4 from him late in this one. Popstill Sticks coming out for your race leader, who is 9 tenths of a second clear. Michael Lake, if I'm not mistaken, did he not pick up the first win of the season? No, it was Josh Fuller. White flag is out. 1 lap left to run for the 27 of Michael Lake. The Duct Tape Racing number 27 makes his way into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. The twin champions are on this 50-lap journey. Michael Lake will win. Second will go to Josh Fuller. Mason Inman home in third. Fourth will go to Jason Salter. Bob Klein unofficially home in fifth. Then you go back to Aston Rodriguez, Riley Stewart, Cody Nevin, Daniel Boyd, Joel Battelle. So well done to the drivers in completing a 50-lap journey here at Knoxville. And your official results are in. Michael Lane confirmed your winner from Josh Fuller in second. Mason Inman third. Jason Salter, Bob Klein, Aston Rodriguez, Riley Stewart, Cody Nevin, Daniel Boyd, and Joel Patel. Your top 10. You go back to Brad O'Brien in 11th. Ash Hammond in 12th. 13th, Thomas Mitchell. 14th, went to Pat O'Reisman, Jacob Croker in 15th. 16th, Jack Murphy. And that was the last car on the lead lap. Darcy Stonehouse, Craig Plater, 17th and 18th, the lap down. Nash Granger, Jonathan Devery's home in 20th. Ryan Green, Roland Gray, Jordan Maherta, Mark Scott, Jason Crawford, and Russell Bonzi. Unfortunately, about 7 or 8 of those drivers were some casualties. That will, of course, will go down trackside here in just a few moments' time. We are going to chat to your winner here tonight. We've got, we'll even talk to the Clom himself. We've got Fuller, Lake, we've got no Mason Inman, we've got Stewart, but we're going to go down and talk to your winner here tonight. Driving car number 27, it's Michael Lake. Michael, congratulations on the victory. And boy, someone would say a dominating performance here, but man, there were some times throughout that race where you had some pressure from Josh Fuller, but man, you're able to hold off and come away with a victory. You've got to be happy to wrap up the season with a win.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely saw Josh there for a while, and he was definitely better in the beginning than I was, and luckily, I mean, I know Josh real well, and he races me clean, and we were able to keep a good battle going on, but yeah, all in all, I mean, we had a pretty solid race. The car come in real good. I mean, it just kept on digging better and better as the race went on, but yes, sir, I mean, heck of a way to end out the 6-week season, I believe it was.
And what was the key, was there a key moment in that race where you just knew you had this race in the bag? Because like I said, those probably last 10 laps, or probably coming up to about 10 laps to go, Josh was really closing in lap after lap, and then all of a sudden, you found that extra gear. Was there a moment in that race where you just sort of pulled away from him and you knew you had this one in the bag?
Oh, I mean, it was so treacherous up around the top side of 1 and 2, and it just kept getting thinner and thinner, and I mean, I was just hoping that I didn't clip the wall. I mean, that was the key there. As long as I stayed out of it, I knew I had a pretty good shot, but I mean, other than that, I just had to stay on my toes the whole time.
Well, buddy, congratulations on the win here in the final race of the season here at the Knoxville Raceway. Michael, before we let you go, of course, we know there's some sponsors on this race car. We know there's some great people behind the scenes to help you out on this 27 machine, so now's an opportunity to thank those people.
Yes, sir. First, I want to thank D1RT. Those guys, they still support me and help me, and I'm glad I can keep their name and keep going up front. And all the guys on the car, my grandfather, he helps out a lot. But I got to thank you guys especially for putting on this league, and you yourself for doing the televising and whatnot. So, I mean, it was definitely a fun deal to run, and hopefully I'll be able to see you guys for the UMPs.
All right, there we go. Michael Lake, ladies and gentlemen, home in first place here tonight. Home in second place tonight. He drives the number 12 machine. It is Josh Fuller. Josh, congratulations, buddy, on second place. And, well, you fell just a little bit short, but second place, nothing to hang your head about, buddy.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a good race. Racing with Michael's always fun. So anytime I can finish right there with him, it's usually a good race, up front.
Man, I tell you what, right around lap 40, you were closing in on Michael, and all of a sudden, just looked like your car faded away a little bit. What sort of happened there towards the end for that 12 machine just to fade off like it did?
Well, in 1 and 2, it was getting so thin, and I could see Mason pulling up on me kind of behind me, so I was kind of starting to get where I didn't want to race Michael too hard and have something happen, so I was just kind of letting him go, and I was getting more defensive against Mason there at the end as opposed to racing him, and it was kind of letting me slip up, and I was missing my marks a little bit.
Well, mate, congratulations on second place here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. Before we let you go, of course, a lot of good sponsors on this race car, a lot of great people behind the scenes that make this possible for you on the 12 machine to run. Now's an opportunity to thank those great supporters of yours.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to thank everyone at Rocket Esports and everyone at D1RT, everybody helping us out, getting these cars faster and faster every week, working on the setups. It's making a huge difference, and we're definitely getting faster, and we can tell. I got to thank Diggs by D1RT, Base Race Fuels, Duct Tape Racing, Busby Late Models, Go Fast Motorsports, and everyone at JSI for putting this awesome league on. You know, it's hard to find leagues with my work schedule, and this one works out well for it. So hopefully I can see them in the UMP season coming up. And you all for the broadcast, as always. You all do an awesome job. We appreciate you. We're going to miss you on the American side, Brett.
Ah, thank you. Thank you, mate. Well, good luck. I'm sure I'll see you in the UMPs, buddy.
All right.
There we go. Josh Fuller home in second place. We don't have Mason Inman just yet, so we're going to bring up your champion for the 6-week series for the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series. He is a Clom. His name is Riley Stewart. Stewart, 7th tonight. Not bad, but more importantly, the bigger picture, mate. You're now a Pro Late Model champion. You got to be happy about that one.
Yeah, I don't think I've won a championship in any car, so feels really good to get one.
And how difficult was this season with a lot of Americans that we've seen week in and week out? Obviously, you're the only non-American. You're the only Australian, to put it this way. You're the only Australian to win a late model race this season over the 6 weeks. What does it mean to you to not only win that race, to be the only person not American, but also to pick up the championship against a lot of good American drivers?
Oh, it feels really good. I couldn't really do it without the help from the boys at Vortex, Daniel, Thomas, and Alex. And yeah, just even to get a win, that felt really good, whether I won the series or not. But winning the series just makes it 10 times better.
All right, well, look, well done on this 6-week little championship. But did you know that Nash was out of the event right around the 25 to 30 lap mark? Were you getting word from anybody to say that Nash is out, or were you sort of keeping an eye on where Nash was? Because put it this way, in simple terms, tonight, all you had to do was just finish in front of him and you win the championship.
Yeah, I was just focusing on, to win it, I had to finish. So just focusing on finishing, and then if it came down to it in the last 10 laps, I would have had a look at it if there was a caution. But other than that, I just tried to stay in the top 10, and then that would have worked out. But with him not being able to finish, tough luck for him, and feel sorry for him. But yeah, it just made it a lot easier for us.
Well, the old saying goes, mate, to finish first must finish. Stuart, O'Reilly, congratulations on the championship win. Before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shout out to all that good stuff, buddy, who makes this happen for you in the N07 machine.
I'd just like to thank all the viewers, league admins, and you being the broadcaster. Thank all our sponsors, LCJ Carpentry, Clean Race Designs, Ultimate Simtography, and Senior Stewart for giving me all the help through the season.
And allowing you to stay up on a school, mate, huh?
Yes.
He's a legend. He's an arm starter, if you like to call him. Stuart, Riley, congratulations on the win, buddy.
Thank you.
There we go, Riley Stewart, your winner over the 6-week season. He picks up one win, and that happened to be, of course, last week at the Eldora Speedway. But the rest of the weeks happened to belong to the Americans. They pick up 5 of the 6 races in this little 6-week schedule. But that will do it for us here on UltimateDirtTV. Big thank you to, of course, Crawford Designs, Southern Cross Transport Equipment Group, that's SCTEG, Depth Images, and, of course, the entire staff at JSI Racing for not only putting on these events, but putting on these wonderful events and series, and continue to come back here and allow us here at UltimateDirtTV to bring you all the action week in and week out. Again, UMP Modifieds will be the next series. I'm going to be stepping into the cockpit of the race car. We're going to have Matt Bailey to the commentary side of things and doing the stream of that one. So, again, we're still going to be live about 7:20 every Sunday night, Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. That's AEDT. Again, we'll hopefully have the schedule in the next couple of weeks. But don't forget to check out JSI Racing on Facebook. And if you want to join the league, just check out JSI Racing in the iRacing League directory. But that'll do it for us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Until then, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, I'm Brett Wheeler signing off saying good night